go. Alrighty. Okay, hi everyone. Claire here from the Pilates workshop. Like I mentioned in the email, we're going to be using like a squishy ball, or if you don't have one of these, just get a rolled up towel will be fine. And we're going to, if you need to have weights for when you're doing weight bearing on your hands, grab those, or have a chair handy. You can do it on the, resting your hands on the seat part of the chair, and that makes it a bit less pressure on the wrists. So grab your mat, get a little bit of space around you, and we're going to start laying down on the mat. I'm just going to adjust my computer so you can see the mat. Sorry for the crotch shot, Zoom class participants. Yeah, hopefully that's all good. All right, come and lay onto your back here. And we're just going to find our neutral position. So it's with a little bit of a gap here under the lumbar spine. I'm going to do a couple of breaths where we're just connecting to the deep abdominals and the pelvic floor. So you're going to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. As you breathe out, you're going to draw your pelvic floor in and up, just to about the level of the belly button. And we're just going to go into our pelvic curl now. So you're going to breathe out, start to tuck the tailbone under, roll on up from the tailbone end. Inhale, hold it here at the top, and then breathing out to roll the spine back down. One vertebra at a time, all the way back to that neutral position. Breath in, breathing out to roll it back up. Keep your tummy on here at the top. Keep your ribs connecting towards your hips. Inhale, hold, and then exhale, roll it down. One vertebra at a time. Really try and lengthen the spine. Breathing in here at the bottom. Breathing out, we're going to roll up. Scoop the tummy in. Should be feeling the back of the legs working and the abs. You don't want to feel any like lifting from your low back. You might be going too high if that's the case. Keep it in the range where you can feel the work. Hamstrings, glutes, and into the abdominals. Let's just do two more. Breathing out to roll up. Inhale, hold it here at the top. And then breathing out to roll it down. One vertebra at a time. Tailbone goes flat. Last one. Breathing out to come up. Inhale, hold. And exhale. Rolling it down. Now I want to go into the pelvic lift. So we're going to keep our neutral position and we're just going to lift the hips up. Hinge at the hip as you come down. So you're keeping that spine neutral, just lifting the pelvis and then hinging here. You've got to release through the hip flexors. Give the control back to the back of the legs. Lift up, breathe out. Inhale, come down with control. So there's no tucking of the tailbone with this one, no curving of the lumbar spine. You're just keeping it neutral. Lift and then lower. Breathing out to lift. Inhale, lower. Squeeze into the back of the legs to lift up. Inhale, down. Actually, if you have your little squishy ball, it's quite good to pop between the knees for these ones. We're going to do 4 more. And coming down. And lift up. Coming down. Good. Hinging at the hip. Keep that spine neutral. Alrighty, so we'll take the little ball out if you manage to pop it in there. We're going to do an offset bridge now. So it's one foot is closer to you than the other. And you're going to feel the work more in the foot that's closer to you. Going to keep the hips level and lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. The progression of this one is to bring this leg to tabletop. So that's pretty challenging though. We're going to keep with this one today. Lifting up. Inhale, lower. Keep the hips level. Pressing through that left foot to lift the pelvis. Oh, if you've brought your right foot closer, that's fine too. Just remember to swap. We do the other side. 2 more. Lifting up and lower. And last one. Very nice. So bringing the right foot closer to you now, left foot further away, or if you've done it the other way around, that's fine. Going to press through the foot. Well, we press through the foot that's closest to us more to get the pelvis to lift up. So you're going to feel it into the glutes here, the crease of the buttock, and then coming down. We want to get more glute connection. That's why we're hanging out in a neutral spine position, so that the glutes can get stronger, not in that tucked squeeze position, but in a more functional position. Lifting up, check that the hips are staying level. You don't want to be dropping down on one side. You've got to keep them horizontal, like you're balancing a spirit level across the front of your hip bones here. Keep the bubble in the middle. One more on this side. Very nice. Okay, bring the feet back so that they're next to each other. Now let's bring the little ball in between the knees again. This is just going to help us stabilize the pelvis by doing a gentle squeeze on the ball. Interlace your fingers. Let's bring the hands behind the head. You want your thumbs going down the back of your neck there and cradle the base of your skull with your interlaced fingers. We're going to breathe in to prepare and then breathe out to curl up. Slide the ribs down towards the hips. Breathe in, hold, and then breathing out to go down. Exhale to come up again. Inhale, hold, and then coming down. If you get any discomfort in your neck, try just really relaxing your head back into your hands. You don't want to pull on your neck. You don't want to pull on your head. Breathe in there. Keep the height, and then down we go. Breath out to come up. Now we're going to reach forward with the hands. See if you can reach around to the back of your thighs. We're going to breathe out. We're going to go a little deeper, go a little higher. Then bring the hands back behind the head, cradle the skull, and then lower back down. So it's a breath out to come up. Breathe in to reach. Breathe out to lift. Hands go back on the inhale. And down. Exhale, come up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come a little higher. And then coming down on the inhale. Last 2. Curl it up. Reach it forward. Little lift. Hands go behind the head. And down we go. Last one. Reach. Now you can keep the hands here. We're just going to do 10 little pulses. We're going to breathe out and lift. And lift. And lift. If you need to support your head, you can bring one hand behind the head. And lift. 5, 4, 3. Breathe out each time you lift. 2, 1. Hands go back behind the head. And curl it down. Nice work. Okay, so we're going to curl up and hold, and we're going to go into our chest lift with rotation. So we're breathing out to come up. Inhale here. Keep the pelvis nice and still. So do a little gentle squeeze on your ball, and you're going to rotate to one side. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, rotate to the other side. So you want to draw your belly button in, draw the pelvic floor on, and slide the rib across to the opposite hip. Slide the rib across to the opposite hip. So you're in that diagonal line. And one more. And coming down. Nice work, guys. Okay, let's take that little ball out. Now we're just going to go into a little bit of a single leg lift. So we're going to float one leg up. Inhale down. So just check for the stillness here in the pelvis. Draw the deep abdominals on as you breathe out. Tighten the drawstring. Float the leg up. Inhale down. Checking for the stillness in your low back as well. So you're just moving the leg in the hip socket. Breathing out to lift. Inhale to lower. Breathing out to lift. Inhale to lower. Now we're going to go into a prep for double leg stretch, but we're going to add in the single leg lift as well. So we're going to curl up, hold it there, float one leg up. Going to reach with the opposite hand, touch that knee, and then it's going to be an inhale to stretch the arm and the leg away. Exhale, come around. Inhale, stretch the arm and the leg away. Exhale, come around. Keep the lower abs on the inhale. Reach and around. Let's do 2 more on this side. Keep that stillness through your center. No wobbling hips. And, oh, did an extra one. That's a bonus. Okay, float the other leg up, reach the other arm. Opposite arm and leg, reach away, and then come around. Reach away, come around. Keep that stillness. If you're feeling a little bit of pressure and you don't have to do the leg, or you can send the leg a little bit higher. The lower the angle of the leg, the more load it puts into the lower abs and therefore into the lumbar spine, if you haven't got the strength to stabilize against that weight. Good. Float the foot down and curling down. Very nice. Now we're just going to go into a little bit of a spine twist. So we're going to take the arms out to the side to stabilize the shoulders. Float one leg up, other leg up. Breathe in to rotate to one side. Exhale, bring the legs back to the center. Inhale, roll the hips to one side. Really reach out through that top thigh. Exhale, come back to center. If having the legs at tabletop is a little challenging for you, you can always touch the toes down to the mat. And just roll the pelvis from side to side that way. Good. Breathe in to go over. Breathe out to come back. Inhale, reach the top leg out, past the thigh or past the knee. Breathe out, use your obliques to bring the legs back to center. Inhale over, exhale back. One more each way. And last one. Nice work. So we're going to float the feet down, one at a time. Let's bring our little ball in behind our upper back now. If you don't have your little ball, you can get your rolled up towel. And it's just going to be a nice kind of chest opener, a little bit of an upper back stretch. Hands come behind the head here. Going to breathe in to stretch back over the ball. Now what you want to think of is keeping the movement in the upper back. So as you go back, what you don't want to do, I'm just going to show you, is you don't want to kind of roll the pelvis forward and really arch your whole spine. You want to try to keep the low back and the pelvis nice and still and just move the upper back over the ball. So you're just trying to focus it to the thoracic area. Breathing in and breathing out to come up. Inhale. Exhale, gather the pelvic floor up. Let's stretch one leg out long now. It'll help to hold the hips nice and steady. Also stops the hip flexors from trying to help so much on that side. Breath in to go back. Breath out to come up. Keep those elbows wide. Just get a sense of the rib cage going into extension. Use the head like a weight to help take you back over the ball. Nice. Now I'm going to add in rotation. So I'm going to rotate away from you. I'm going to rotate towards my bent knee. We're going to keep rotating that same direction. We're going to do 8. Breath out to come up and twist. Inhale back and over the ball. Exhale, slide that rib towards the opposite hip. That's it. Nice. Keep that stretch going in the upper back. while stabilizing the lumbar spine and the pelvis. Last one. Very nice. And then we're just going to bring the knee up, stretch the other leg out, and we're going to do the same on this other side. So we breathe in to go back. Breathe out to curl up. Keep the elbows wide, keep the head heavy into the hands. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice work. There we go. Sliding the ribs down towards the hips. Try to press the back of that knee, that extended leg. Try to really stretch it down towards the floor. And last one, curling straight up. And then we're going to add in the rotation. So as you come up, rotate towards that bent knee. So each time you breathe out, you want to think pelvic floor, navel to spine. Gather up those inner muscles and draw them up. Doesn't have to be 100% squeeze. It's about 30%. 30-40% of your maximum to get the most connection with your deep abs. Nice. Last two. And last one. Very good. Now we're going to bend the knee, both knees up again. Now hold it here. Going to float one leg up to tabletop. And then we're going to do our leg changes here. So you're going to switch to the other leg being up. If this aggravates your hip flexors, if you're getting a little bit tight in the front of the hips, then this just lifting up into tabletop might not be the best thing to keep going with. Trying to think of what a good alternative would be. Now I'm going to do 3 a little bit quicker. 1, 2, 3. Pause, stretch back over the ball, curl up, hold. 1, 2, 3. Hold, stretch back over the ball, come up, hold, or back over your towel. 1, 2, 3. Going back. Good. 1, 2, 3. And coming up for the last time. Very nice. Let's take that ball out and we're going to come and lay onto your side now. Just going to do a little bit of side leg lifting. So all the way stretched out with your bottom arm, that's your pillow. Legs out long. Mine are a bit cut off, but that's okay. Going to stretch one leg up. Inhale long. Now you can bring your feet, and I like to, can bring your feet a little bit forward so that you're in a bit of a curved shape. If I roll onto my back, you can, it's kind of this shape where your legs are a little bit forward of your pelvis and lumbar spine. And so you'll lift up with that real scoop in the lower abs and a little bit of a tunnel under here. What we're trying to avoid is the pelvis kind of hiking. So you want to just lift the leg, keeping everything, so it's the job of the abdominals to hold the pelvis still. It's a bit of an oblique exercise, but the obliques are working to stabilize, so it's not really an oblique burner, not like all those crunches with rotation, chest lifts with rotation. And last one, hold it there. Let's bring the other leg up to meet that leg. Inhale down, exhale lift, inhale down. 3 more to go. Nice. Last one, hold it there, see if you can lift a little higher. Bring it halfway down, see if you can float the arm up and balance on your side there. Keep drawing the belly button in. Good. And if you want a bit of a challenge with your balance, you can scissor. And scissor. Oh, might need my hand for this one. And scissor. And scissor. Scissor. And last one. Now split. Keep the split with your bottom leg forward and your top leg back. Take it down to touch the mat. and then lift up with both legs. Down and up. That's it. If you want to take the arm away for more challenge, you can. We're working this top waist to move the legs, or move the whole pelvis into a bit of a side bend motion. Good. 2 more. Last one. Hold it up there. Bring the feet together and then slowly lower down. Very nice. Let's come and do the other side. Oh, actually, let's come up onto our elbow. If your shoulder isn't great, don't do this one. We're just going to lift. We're going to do a little side elbow plank. So you're going to lift up like so. The ways to make it a little bit less gnarly, bend that bottom leg, and then you're just doing a slightly shorter lever. You want to keep the hips stacked and just lifting up using this underneath side. Keep the elbow in underneath that shoulder. Lift up and lower. Lift up and lower. So with legs straight, looks like lift up and lower. And good. Nice one. Let's swing it around to the other side before I forget my little sequence. So bottom arm's your pillow. And we're going to lift the top leg first. So remember that scooped position. So we've got the lower abs scooped in, underneath side lifted, and lift the top leg and lower. If you need your hand to help you balance, by all means. It's really important that the top leg or top hip stays stacked. Breathing out to lift. Sorry, my little pop-up things come up. And lower, and lift, and lower, lift, and lower, and good. Let's hold that top leg up there. Bring the bottom leg to touch, and down, and lift, and lower, and lower, and lower. 2 more. Keeping stacked with those hips. And last one, hold, lift a little higher, take that arm off, challenge your balance, bring it halfway down, and let's split into our scissor and switch to the other side. Oh, it's like side lying on the Cadillac. Scissor, scissor. Oh, see you later, ball. Scissor, scissor. Good. Last one. Keep the bottom leg forward. If you want, you can take the hand away for more challenge, but we just lower, tap both toes down to the floor and lift up. Tap, lift up. So you're keeping the hips stacked, moving the oblique, or moving the pelvis with the oblique, keeping the split in the legs, just for something a little different. And good. And last one. Hold, bring the legs together, and lowering down. Very nice. Okay, so we're going to go into a little bit on all fours and then into a plank position. So I'll come back this way. So find your quadruped position. Where am I? Don't want to kick my foot off the screen. So we're going to go into just our opposite arm and leg. So you're going to slide the foot and the hand away. Breathe out, float the opposite arm and leg up. Inhale down, bring it back in. Slide the opposite arm and leg away. Keep the shoulders and the hips level, or parallel to the ground, sometimes I say. Just keep them horizontal. So if you're on your dumbbells, because you've got wrist issues, it'll look like that. And then if you're unable to kneel, which is a real thing, what you can do is come onto your chair in a little bit of a forward incline position, and you can slide the arm and the leg back like that. So you're just going to keep your back flat. Doesn't really matter if it's on a bit of an incline. You're just trying to keep that level hip, level shoulder position. And last one. Good, and then we're just going to do a few on one oblique axis. So we're going to go touch your elbow to your knee and then stretch that arm and leg away. Coming in and reach it out. So we're just staying on that same opposite arm and leg combo. And last one, hold it there. See if you can just bring the hand down, and we're just going to pulse the leg 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very nice. Now switching to the other side. So you got your elbow to your knee, or going towards, and then reach it out. Coming in, reach it out. Good. Keep the shoulders and the hips level. Keep nice and stable through your pelvis. That's the one. And last one, hold it there. Bring the hand back down. And you just want to pulse that leg. So we're going to go 1, 2. Really draw the tummy in and up as you stretch that leg away. Feel it pull in, feel the belly button pull away from your waistband. 9 and 10. Very good. Okay, let's just stretch back into a child pose, or just stretch back. If you're on your chair, just stretch back into a bit of a shoulder stretch. And then we're going to come forward into a plank position. So if you're on your chair, you'll find your plank. If you're on your mat, you'll find a bit of a plank. And I'll just tuck myself in a bit. And we're just going to hold the plank for 4 breaths. You can always come onto your elbows if your wrists are a bit uncomfortable here. We're just going to try the leg pull front. So we're going to point one toe, 1 foot, and then kick that leg 3 times. So we go 1, 2, 3. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. And then we're just going to lift up with the hips just a little bit. You can do that 3 times. Lift from your tummy. 1 more. Good. And we're just going to do we're going to do 2 more rounds. So we go 3 kicks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 3 little lifts. 1, 2, 3. You can also do the kicks laying on your stomach if the shoulders are complaining. 1, 2, 3. Switch to the other side. 1, 2, 3. 3 little lifts. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Cool. Let's just give our wrists a little roll out. And then we're just going to come into a little bit of back extension. Just thinking, do we need to use the prop at all? No, we're just going to come onto our tummy, and we're just going to push up into a bit of a cobra. So hands kind of level with your shoulders, maybe fingertips are at the eye level. I haven't paid extra for the Zoom, so if it cuts out, they've just cut my meeting off. All right, feet a little bit apart. We're going to lift up on the inhale into our upper back extension, and then exhale. Press up as far as you can, pain-free. Come down onto your elbows, and then all the way down. Lifting up, and exhale, and inhale, all the way down. If you've got spondylolisthesis, this isn't a great one for you. I wouldn't do this one. I would just come up into the upper back extension, go back down. You've got to really support your lumbar area if you've got that condition. Good. Cool. And then we're just pressing back. If you want to do a little bit of a finisher, For the arms, then stick with me. If your shoulders have had enough, or your wrists, then by all means, just have a little stretch. So we're going to do a modified push-up, one leg long, so you're keeping your body line long. If I just come forward, maybe so much of me won't be cut off. And then we're just going to bring the elbows in towards the rib cage, press away. Coming in, press away. That's it. Very nice. Let's do 3 more. Of course, you could do this on the chair as well. You just wouldn't be kneeling. You'd be more in this kind of like one-legged position, coming forward, like so. Anyway, let's do the other side. Stretching that leg long. Elbows come towards the ribs. Forehead goes towards the mat. You don't have to go as deep as I am. Keep it in your range that feels good. Inhale to come down. Exhale to press up. Nice. Keep that stability through your lumbar spine. Use your abs to come back up. Abs and arms. And last one. Well done, everyone. Oh, let's just do a little quick tricep press stretch, where you take your elbow and grab it with your other hand and just give a little pull that way. I think we did quite a lot of arms today. So that's your little half-hour workout. Feel free to unmute yourselves. And, oh, I see there's a question in the chat. Thank you.